story for the Sea Devils is... Arrested after the events at Devil's End, the Master has been incarcerated at a top-secret security prison on a remote island off the south coast of England. When the Doctor and Jo Grant pay a visit to their old enemy, they find him a reformed character. But can the spate of mysterious shipping accidents and garbled reports of sea monsters in the local area really be a coincidence? The Doctor soon finds himself pitted against the Sea Devils, an ancient race of reptile intent on eliminating mankind and reclaiming the Earth for themselves. After the serial of Doctor Who and the Silurians, scientists and geologists argued that it is actually impossible for a reptilian life form to have existed in the Silurian incident. In this serial, the Sea Devils, the Doctor admits that calling the creatures the Silurians is a misnomer and they should actually be called Eocenes. But fans and viewers shall always call them Silurians. In fact, I believe they're still called Silurians in the Revival series. The Silurian sea creatures are an interesting design. They have a turtle head with a crown that made from like fin-like attachments and a reptilian body that's covered with this greenish netting for clothing. They look very different from the last Silurians we saw and are not creepy, but actually just stunning to look at. And the costumes are certainly a step up from the first Silurian serial. They don't look as cheap as before, and the costume looks a little bit more believable. The locations shot in the serial are quite beautiful. You have the Isle of Wight in Portsmouth, the HM Naval Base in Portsmouth, No Man's Land Fort, and the HMS Reclaim. These on-location shoots were all beautiful and added some realism to the story. Some of these locations were actually provided by the Royal British Navy. The Navy even participated in filming in various scenes. In the action scenes, both stunt crew and Navy were involved. The action scenes are actually good, fun, full of explosions and gunfire as you would expect not only from just action scenes but in Doctor Who from this time. We also get the return of the Master. Since he has been absent in the last two serials, he is once again fresh and surprising. Once again, the best scenes with him are with the Doctor, particularly this sword fight scene that they share. For a fight scene shot on stage, it was well choreographed, shot, edited, and performed. It is, to quote Star Wars, more civilized. And quite fitting for this dandy action hero Third Doctor. It just fit him very well. Actually, also the sonic screwdriver returns. It now looks like this, and instead of pressing a button, it's a pull down. It also has this ring and a center in it that kind of acts like a, to lack a better description, a speaker that sends out sound waves. As many of you know, the screwdriver performs many tasks, from unlocking doors, operating as a screwdriver, scanning, or in this serial, locating landmines and blowing them up. A very, very handy device. Oh, and I forgot to mention this little yellow thing right here. In previous serials, the Doctor said to change or reverse the polarity to solve the problem. But for the first time, the Doctor said the full line this incarnation is most known for saying. It is really his catchphrase. Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. He says this a lot. Not in this serial, but I mean the entire series. John Pertwee had the hardest time saying scientific lines. The only scientific thing he could say was reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. And so they just wrote it in as many times as they could. It has become a running gag on Doctor Who for all the Doctors since. This serial is great fun to watch, and it's just actually worth watching. I give this serial 3 stars out of 5. This isn't the last we have seen of the Silurians. The Doctor once again failed to make peace with them, but maybe one day he will. However, the Master is a lost cause, and he too we will see again. Until next time, good night, and good luck.